It's been a protracted absence from motorcycling. This began with COVID and continued with the bionic hip operation last year. Now that that's all out of the way, we're going to embark upon a nice, easy little sortie across the channel to go and have a look at the Somme Battlefields. As ever, it begins by getting gas. Why the Somme? Simply put, in a time when everything seems topsy-turvy, we think this is an ideal place to reflect on what it costs to have our lives and to remember and thank those less fortunate. It doesn't take long days in the saddle and allows us to dip our toes once again into the continent and provides access to the wonderful roads of northern France. I'm up against it. Unlike the old song, I did dilly-dally along the way. As you're about to see, the run up to the Irish Ferries check-in was a little confusing to me. I'm going to put it down to, the long layoff and not my idiocy. But as you're about to see, the lady's going to start waving me over to the other booth that clearly is marked for cars and buses. However, in my defence, I would just say that there was no green light illuminated, so I thought it was closed. You'll hear me pointing this out to the geezer, which I'm sure he was, most enthralled to hear. Here's my best Radio 4 voice to tell you that I took some pictures of the motorcycles as we were waiting to get on the boat. We then settled down to enjoy a 40-minute delay. This was a little frustrating as the ride down could have been a lot less stressful had I have known that there would have been a wait. Of course, the eagle-eyed amongst you might observe that I could have left earlier too. A big thanks to Mr. Considerate here for stopping dead at the top of the ramp with little regard for me behind him. Thankfully, this bike is specified with hill hold control. Yes, I could just use my brakes. But what's the point of the technology if you don't go and use it? Irish Ferries let you strap down your own bike. Time to show all those other roughy-tufty bikers that I don't sit at home all day typing on a keyboard. There, that ain't going anywhere. Ah, bloody hell, what deck are we on? And now, a quick jump shot to prove we're on a boat. So after a pleasant crossing with Irish Ferries, we disembarked feeling just a little bit smug that the return ticket was half the price of P&O, DFDS and the tunnel. Food wasn't great, mind you, hence no onboard action shots. I exit the ramp only to discover my personal nightmare, a slick, wet deck. In a moment you'll see that bus there spin its wheels as it's trying to get up and off the disembarking ramp. Slick wet deck, because I can't imagine anything more embarrassing than binning your bike as you're trying to get off the ferry in full view of everybody else who not only wants to get off but is now frankly fed up that you're holding them up. So the action resumes with us hammering down the motorway. Unfortunately, this first video is a little bit kind of motorway just because we had to get to our destination. Initially, we started off by avoiding toll roads and major roads and what have you. But as you'll see, this caused a little bit of discontentment within the team, largely because we rode for quite a while and seemed to get nowhere.
Which means we'll come off in about 2 miles. Yeah? This is north.
Yeah.
And St Quentin is south
Southeast
of Calais, but we've actually done 0 miles towards it.
Well, I don't know what to say. By this point, we were both getting really quite tired and elected to stop riding the D roads and try and get to our destination a bit quicker, so that we could actually throw our bags down and have something to eat and flake out for the evening before we got on with the actual purpose of the trip the following day. We finally made it to our hotel in the St Quentin. It wasn't quite how the pictures described it on booking.com. In the next episode, we head to Albert, which is the epicenter for visiting the Somme Battlefields.